Hi guys, Alex here. So in this video, I'm going to give you a backlink strategy for Locksmiths. So if you've got a locksmith website and it's recently taken a hit, so it's come off the first page, or maybe it's a new website and you're struggling to get first page rankings, hopefully this video will help you, because there's a lot of things you can do on site in terms of on-site SEO, but there also are a lot of things that can be done off-site, which I think a lot of people overlook. Even SEO agencies completely overlook this part. So firstly, I'm just going to explain exactly what backlinks are and how you can use them to improve your ranking on your website. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you a quick diagram here of exactly what we're aiming to achieve. So you've got your website here. So this is your locksmith website. And I recommend having like at least 10 pages to start with on your website, especially if you're trying to go for SEO organic rankings. You do need to have a lot of content on there. So what backlinks are is basically other websites that are linking back to your website. So for example, you might have a profile on 𝐄𝐏𝐄. Okay, so I'll just put 𝐄𝐏𝐄. Now, once you create a profile on one of these, so if you're not from the UK, 𝐄𝐏𝐄 is basically like a business directory where people can leave you reviews, things like that. You've probably got an equivalent. So when you create a profile, which you'll have to pay for, you'll be given an option to leave your website link on that website. Now that's considered a backlink because that's pointing back to your website. Then you might have a Facebook page, a business page. Even that's a backlink. It's not a very good backlink, but it's like kind of like a social backlink, they call it. So let's say your Facebook business page here. So I'll just put Facebook page. And then on the about section on your Facebook business page, you'll also have a section where you can leave your website, which again is considered a backlink. Now, some other other backlinks you might have is your Google My Business profile, so GMB, and I know a lot of locksmiths are suffering at the moment with this because they're getting suspended or not approved. It has been a nightmare, and if I can give you any recommendations, if you're about to apply for a brand new Google My Business page, then you want to, when it comes to the option of how you're going to verify your business, whether that's by phone, email or video, select the video option and then film you at your van with your equipment, just to show them you're legit and you should get approved. So your Google My Business, so this, if you don't know what this is your maps profile on Google. Again, there'll be a section in the business section where you'll have your link to your website. That again's considered a backlink. Now what this does, let's say you've got a few more, you've got a business directory. So there's a business directory here that's pointing back to you. Then you might have another website, so you can actually reach out to other websites. Let's say you've got or an association, so say you're a part of a locksmith association here, and then again you'll have the option to put your website link on your profile, which again points back to your website. So the more of these backlinks you've got, what that does is it builds authority on your website, because if you think about it, if anyone can just throw up a website, let's say tomorrow I say, okay, I'm going to start a dentist website, and if none of these profiles are pointing back to this website, Google's not going to trust it. So the more of these backlinks you've got, the better, but there is a caveat to that. So you don't just want any backlinks coming from anywhere, because there are services that will say, look, we'll give you 1,000 backlinks for $10, for example, usually on like a cheap freelancer website like Fiverr. what that will do is it will actually damage the credibility of your website, because none of those backlinks are relevant. And in fact, some of them might be dodgy. So they could be like a porn site that's linking back to your website, for example. So you don't want any of that crap. You don't really want to go out and pay for a bulk load of these backlinks, especially if they're not being done manually, because there's also bots and AI and things that can create these backlinks on other sites. So what they'll do is, like, a bot will go across hundreds of websites and leave comments on people's blogs which point back to your site. You don't want any of that, because it's just going to harm you. You're better off getting, say, 5 really good quality backlinks rather than thousands of shitty backlinks. So that's it. So this is your website. Now there's different types of backlinks as well, and they code them. So you've got DA, so it goes DA10. That's like the how they kind of label the backlink, the strength of it, and I believe it goes up to DA40. So 40 being the strongest. So let's say, for example, you've got the Locksmith Association. That's going to be really relevant. That will probably be more towards the high authority one. Whereas a Facebook page, you know, it's going to be a DA10, or maybe it doesn't even meet a DA10 backlink. So that's what backlinks are. So, and that's how you can use it to boost your website. So right now, if you want some free ways to get these backlinks, what I recommend doing is searching for business directories in your area. So just type in business directory and then your area, and then create a profile. Now some of these directories might charge, so they might charge like $20 a month, £20 a month, whatever. It's going to be worth buying, because they're going to, like I said, the more relevant backlinks you've got, the better. And if you think about £20 a month, if you compare that to, say, you're running Google Ads, you know, you might get two or three clicks for $20. Whereas with this is like a really long-term strategy that's going to build the authority of your website. Okay, so that's what backlinking is. So what a lot of people do is just focus on the on-site stuff. So they get all the header titles right, they get all the SEO titles, the image labels, all of that on-site, but they do neglect this off-site stuff. So that's what I recommend doing, is if you've got an association, it might even be worth joining it. If there's a Locksmiths Association in your country or in your state, I recommend, just for the backlink alone, it's probably going to be worth the fees, whatever they charge on here. Now, what some people get confused with is they think that the traffic is coming through here. So for example, if you sign up to a business directory and you think, oh, like people are going to land on this website and they're going to find you, and then they're going to click through and end up on your website, that very rarely happens. Maybe on like the association or 𝐄𝐏𝐃, something like that. But in general, we're not doing this to get direct traffic. We're getting it to push this website up in the search rankings, build the authority. What we're doing is we're showing Google that we're here for the long term. We're not a fly-by night business. We're just, you know, we're here to stay. And that's why we've got all of these backlinks. Now, another thing is you want to be doing these manually. You don't really want to outsource this to the point where, like I said, it could be a bot or some kind of AI software that's creating these backlinks. You definitely don't want that. So some other ways is you might have your Facebook fan page, and then you might get a profile on X or Twitter. Then you might get an Instagram profile. Then you might get a YouTube channel, which will be recommended. So you've got a YouTube channel here, and then you're posting videos constantly on your YouTube channel, with links going back to your website. So anywhere that you can create these backlinks is highly recommended. Now we do offer a backlink service, so if you wanted to go for like a strategy, this is the strategy that we follow. So one thing I forgot to mention as well is you don't want to go and get hundreds of backlinks in 1 month. You want to really spread this out naturally. So what we do for part of our strategy is we do 10 a month. So 10 links per month for one URL. Okay, now this would include 1 directory submission, 1 citation submission, 1 question and answering submission. So this could be on a website like Reddit or Medium, where people are asking questions, specific questions about locksmithing. So they might say, how much is it to replace a car key, for example? Then what we'll do is go in and answer that question and then also link back to your website. So that gives it a relevant backlink. 1 classified ad, so this could be something like Craigslist or Gumtree or something like that. Anywhere we can get an advert. Image sharing, quality profile linking, and quality social bookmarking. So that's kind of our strategy on the low end. And then we do have higher tiers as well, so you can get higher authority backlinks, which obviously take a lot more work on our part. But if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link in the description. But like I said, you could go and do this yourself. Like really, it's just a lot of legwork to do it. And another way as well is actually reaching out to websites that might, let's say you find a blog on all about locksmithing. It's a general blog. You could reach out to them and say, do you mind if I do a guest post? So guest posting is basically where someone's got let's say they've got a website here and it's like a blog. So they're constantly posting articles on this website. So what you'll do is these websites are always looking for content. So what you could do is you could say to them, you could reach out to them and say, look, I've got a really exciting article which I think would be really good for your blog. So let's say this blog is all about saving money. Okay, it's called moneysavers.com or whatever, saving money. So you could come along and you could say, look, I'll write you a 1,000-word article for free all about how you can save money by booking a locksmith. So you could say, look, just make the article helpful, and then obviously in return for that, you'll be allowed to link back to your website in that article. Now this, you may actually generate some traffic through, because if people are reading that article and they'll click through, that's creating more traffic for your website. Now obviously that would only work if that's kind of local SEO. So if you had a money saving website for your particular town, then that would work. But obviously if it's like a national or international website that's general, it wouldn't make sense to get that traffic through, but the backlink would still help. So like I said, we do offer this service. We do many different tiers. So that was on the low end I showed you here. So we create 10 backlinks per month for you, and then we've got various other tiers as well, which are obviously more expensive because they're a lot more manual work. We're having to reach out to people, create articles, things like that. So yeah, give that a go. If like I said, if your website's taking a hit and you're wondering why, it might just be because it doesn't have enough authority. And by the way SEO is going right now is that Google are favoring websites that have more authority. So if you've got more reviews, if you've got a bigger social profile, so if you've got loads of likes on your Facebook page or loads of followers on Instagram or subscribers on YouTube, all of that is looked into by Google. So they're AI software knows how many followers you've got and all that, and they're going to use that as a ranking factor when it comes to your website. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.